3 easy tricks to treat yourself on this Halloween. Before you go on your trick-or-treats adventure, you need to know something extremely important about the sugar rush monster. You want to know more? Come back. I am so glad you made it. Have a seat, please. How are you today? I hope you're doing fine. How are your plans for this Halloween or the weekend or whatever it is that you celebrate? Today in HERBALIKAL clinic, we celebrate Yule, but it has something to do as well with ancestors and our loved ones who passed away, etc. So we kind of share the same, belief or the same celebration. So this is something good to remember. I will say, it's a great place to be in a time like this. Today, the first trick for you, and be on the lookout about these tricks because I promised you 3 of them, right? The first one is this: before you go on the hunting journey for candies and snacks and all the goodie stuff, have something to drink that is sugarless. For example, let's talk about tea. Okay, in the herbal world, teas are great for the entire family, and I know a lot of children don't like tea. There's no way the child is going to exchange the tea for candy. We all know that, but we can always try. Now, for you parents, I recommend a nice herbal tea that is sweetened with honey instead, the raw honey preferably, and not too much of it also, and have some cinnamon in it. Well, we have some wonderful ideas for the teas today and a great brew in the Magickal kitchen that will help you with this. But the trick for today is, if you drink this tea before you go out on trick-or-treats with your children, there's most likely to have less temptation for you to have candy because it's fulfilling and it's going to, turn out your craving for the candy. Okay, if you're a really sweet person, I suggest you have 2 cups. But anyway, this is a really good treat. So treat yourself with the first one. Okay, tea with honey. All right, now moving on today, let's take care of your situation for today. What is the reason for your visit today? I see here that, okay, diabetes problems. All right, blood sugar levels. You don't have to be a diabetic only because you have blood sugar levels, problems. Because a lot of people tend to have high blood sugar levels when they eat something too sweet or something with high in carbs. Then that doesn't mean necessarily that the person is diabetic. But you want to cut down and you want to, make sure that you take care of yourself and the way you eat and dieting and things like that, because you don't want to end up being a diabetic. People who have diabetes in a way that they no longer use insulin, type 1 and type 2, we have 2 of them, insulin and non-insulin dependent. But usually the non-insulin dependent, if they don't take care of themselves and the diabetes, they will end up using insulin eventually, and we don't want that. Okay, so let's talk about you. Any prescribed medications? Okay, glucophage, okay, and others. Any allergies? You're allergic to the lavender flower? Okay, that will be like me. Any other allergies? Skin allergies? No. Hives? Okay. You have hives. And what else? Really strong fragrance? Okay. That will be me too as well. Any past surgeries? This is important to know because if you had any surgeries that we should be aware of as a diabetic, if we recommend an herbal infusion that is going to help you with your blood sugar levels, we want to recommend something that is not going to interfere with any surgery you have. For example, if you have any implants or anything like that, not herbal stuff, herbs, the plant itself, they're not something serious that is going to give you something that's going to make you sick or kill you or anything like that. But we do want to give you something that is not going to interfere with what you're taking, the medications, etc. Now, what is your blood sugar level today if you took that? Because a lot of people don't have machines to get the blood sugar level tested, and I recommend that if you are diabetic or you have issues with your blood sugar levels, you should get one of those. Okay, 189. All right, was that fasting? No, not fasting. Okay. Or was it? I'm sorry, it was fasting. Okay, it was fasting. Okay, so you are fasting. You are 189 fasting. Okay, the blood sugar levels should be no higher than 100. We wanted to make it no lower than 70, because that will be too low. The sugar levels shouldn't be more than 99. We want to keep it that way. People who have 101, 102, that's not a big deal. The doctors kind of start worrying when it comes, 110 up and something like that. I still don't think, on my belief, and experience in the medical field for 30 years, and I was a diabetes instructor, and to my knowledge, I don't really think the blood sugar level of 110 is a big deal, especially if you just had something to eat that probably high in carbs or sugar. However, we don't want to keep it getting higher, so let's try to keep it in the 99s, 100. There was a law, I believe, in the 2005, that whenever a patient comes to the doctor's office and the blood sugar levels are more than 110 or 101 or so, they're already considered diabetic. So they started prescribing medications to the patients, and the problem I have with that is that insulin is not exactly good for anyone. It's a man-made thing, and it forces the cells to open a little door that they have, that they allow the insulin to get in, and it forces those doors and eventually crash. There's a lot of explanation that I need to give in reference to that, but I don't want to take your time with it because we're not here for medical stuff. We're here for herbalism. But I just want you to know that you don't want to end up insulin, and if you do, you need to try to control what you do so that the insulin can actually help you if it does in any way. Okay, now, like I said, we want to keep it lower than 100 at least. So what is your diet like? Breads, okay, sweets, I'm pretty sure. You drink any caffeine? You drink tea and coffee. Okay. Which sugars do you use? Okay, Activia, Sweet and Low, or Sweet and Low. Okay, those are most of the time those are sugars that are really not good for anyone because they have saccharin and any other stuff. They came up with really good sugars recently that I will bring information for later on. Activia is an okay sugar, but I usually recommend the raw cane organic, but not in high quantities, a little bit, or honey. All right, let's see. Family history. You have family history of diabetes, okay? In your mother. Okay, what else? Cancer. So you have diabetes, family history of diabetes and cancer in your family. How about father? Heart disease. Okay, elevated liver enzymes. Okay, all right. There is a lot of information that I will need to gather from you, but because we're not doing an exactly clinical timing today, we're going to shorten it up so that we can give people out there that are looking at us right now a little bit of a shorter time. We don't take much time, so you can have all this planning for Halloween without us stealing that much of your time. Now, I would like to do a health plan for you that involves trying to lower your blood sugar levels and an infusion that can help you with that. I would like also to add, some exercise in your diet because walking lowers the blood sugar levels. So make sure that you have your machine handy and you test your blood sugar levels before you go walking, because you don't want to be low blood sugar levels, and you don't want to have low blood sugar levels and then you take a walk. This is going to make it lower, so we don't want that. Make sure that you test it, and if it's in a normal range, and you go ahead and take your walk. If it's not, make sure you take a healthy snack and you have a healthy breakfast before you go walking. All right, we would like to eliminate the carbs for a little while, and if it's possible, then you can have a little bit here and there. Try not to have too much. Of course, sugars are not good for you at all, especially when you have diabetes or blood sugar level issues. So try to stay away from sweets. Okay. On dinner, let's see. Let's try not to have anything to eat after 6 or 7 p.m. if it's possible. Check your blood sugar levels before bedtime, all right? And drink plenty of water. Like I said, exercise. Try to have multiple dinners during the day instead of big ones. For example, if you have your nice breakfast, you know, healthy breakfast that is, later on in this channel, I'm gonna bring, you know, specific of ideas of breakfast that you can have, whether you're diabetic or not. It's healthy for everyone, and I will give ideas. But let's say, for example, you have a healthy breakfast this morning. In the morning, make sure that in the mid-morning you have a snack, you know, a little nuts, some fruits here that are not citrus, you know, things like that. And then you have your lunch, and then after lunch you have a mid-afternoon or mid-evening snack. You can switch the snack after dinner, before bedtime, or before dinner, at least 2 hours before every meal. But make sure that that last snack, any dinner or snack, is no later than 7 p.m. or too close to your bedtime. You should allow at least 2 hours, at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime for your last meal. Okay, because we don't want those blood sugar levels. And it depending on what you have, because if you have something that is not going to trigger the blood sugar levels, but then you go to sleep and in the morning your blood sugar drops, because when we sleep our blood sugar levels drop, you want to make sure that you eat something that has enough protein to keep your level during your sleep. Also, in the near future, I will bring you information about other natural products that are also good for the blood sugar levels, and I will share that with you. Okay, now on the meantime, the herb for today, bitter melon. Okay, I'm using bitter lemon among other ingredients or the herbs to make the infusion of for blood sugar levels, you know, control and stuff like that. But I like the bitter lemon, number one, because of the properties that he has. We will discuss that now. But before that, I would like to read something to you that is extremely important. Okay. Momordica carantia is the Latin word for bitter lemon, okay? And it's a tropical plant or vine originated from India. The plant now widely grown in large parts of Asia, Africa, and the Caribbean, primarily for its nutritious and bitter tasting fruit. This plant, it's a great help with the blood sugar levels. When you use this plant in teas or tinctures, it can help you tremendously with the blood sugar levels. So I'm going to be using this for today, among others. I will add some other things to it for the infusion, of course, that I would like to discuss with you as well. So besides that, I'm going to add some ginger root in it because it's also an ally against diabetes. And I will use also cinnamon, cloves that are also good to help control the blood sugar levels. And I will add some chamomile. I wanted to add some lavender for calming, because when you're calm, your blood sugar levels tend to be in control as well. Some people blood sugar levels rise up when they get very excited. However, you did mention that you're allergic to the lavender, like me. It might not interfere with anything inside, you know, externally, but I don't want to push it if it bothers your skin. So we're gonna take that out, and we're just gonna give you add the chamomile so that it can calm you down and it can help with the blood sugar levels. Okay. And I will see you in 2 weeks to see how this works. In 3 days, you will come and pick up your infusion. And then after that, I'll see you in 2 weeks to see how it works. In the meantime, you let me know if it's helping you, if it's not, because we need to adjust whether we need to add another herb or take one out, depending on how you will do with it, because everyone is different. So let's move on to the medical benefits of the bitter lemon. Number one is diabetes control and blood sugar levels. This is the reason why I chose that number one. It's good for the skin. It's good for the digestion. It's also a great aid for weight loss. Energy. It relieves asthma, bronchitis, all this, you know, breathing issues. It's good for hangovers also due to the alcohol intoxication values. So if you have a hangover or you make a tea with this, it's great. And it may aid with cancer properties. A lot of the herbs are really good for the cancer treatment. We don't want to say that it heals because we're not supposed to, but a lot of herbs are great for that. So, all right, great. So I am glad that we had this discussion today and this consultation. I hope you do well. Now, again, don't forget to drink that tea before you go trick-or-treating for your candy. I hope you guys have a great time today with that. I need you to know that next in the Magickal kitchen. We'll be brewing something wonderful for parties now in Halloween. You can do this brew, and it has cinnamon, nutmeg, oh, all those wonderful spices that I love. But don't forget mainly that you need to have that tea. Okay, now I really don't usually say a lot of ingredients when I'm in the Magickal kitchen because I don't want to steal a lot of your time, but the the focus of this is that. And so don't forget those ingredients, make a note of them so you can try it at home and your party. Make a nice pumpkin spice witch brew, which is the name of our recipe on this Magickal kitchen. Let's go with a trick or treat towards the Magickal kitchen and see what we have over there brewing. Welcome to the Magic Kitchen. In this section today, we are going to have a Magickal brew that you can use for your parties or personal stuff at home or whatever you got. In the cauldron, of course. It is called Pumpkin Spice Witch Brew. And I love this brew because the last time I had gathering in my house, I made this brew and it was really wonderful. Because remember, we're doing a spell on the brew, and so it will help people, that drink it, get the spell done. And with this spell, the person will acquire success in life, happiness, wellness, enchantment, etc. And it's a great thing. Okay, now before we go around with the ingredients, I just want to mention this. My son asked me this morning, Mom, what are you gonna be for Halloween? And I was like, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. What do you think? Anyway, the first thing we need, it's the moon water. Okay, now I have my recipe book here and the one that we're using for today, which is the Prestigio. It's called the protection one, but I use it for my regular spells such as this latest. Okay, now we need a couple of wonderful herbs, and the first one we need is moon water. Let's get that in the cauldron. Great. A rosemary over here. Anise, where are you? Here it is. Some anise. Seeds. What else? We need cloves. See there? I like grabbing one in my hand because they're so chunky. Oh, I love cloves. They're really, really good. Cloves are also used for spells that involves money and wealth. Next ingredient, please. Chamomile, of course. Chamomile, I have it right here. And a little bit. Chamomile flowers are really, really good because in this potion or brew, the person will feel calm and relaxed and happy, etc. And we also have honey, of course. I'm going to use this honey, which is raw honey and natural honey, and it's from wildflower honey. And make sure you fill out the spoon. It's like a tablespoon. And last but not least, the ginger, nutmeg, and of course cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Makes things smell so wonderful and tasty, especially that pumpkin pie. Great. Now it's time to start. Holding my crystal glass quartz in my left powerful hand, we will be stirring 3 times clockwise. 1, 2, 3. There you go. great brew. It's coming out perfect. Now we get to the stuff. Are you ready? Concentrate with me. On this time, the holiday, turn this potion into a party day. Pumpkins and cats, witches and brews, all celebrating this magical bloom. Can you see? Feel the essence, the wonderful smell, pumpkins and spices. It's wonderful. Now don't forget your clear crystal in your powerful hand. I'm the one of your choice, but for me, I chose this one because it goes perfect with the potion brew. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this brew. Share it with all your friends. Give them the gift of magic this Halloween. Have a great day and enjoy your trick or treats. So welcome to the tea talk. I'm so glad you made it this far. So holding in my hand is something, an ingredient that we will add to the tea today, because remember we talked about the leftover brew from the Magickal kitchen? Well, there it is. This is the tea that we're having today, which is the leftover brew from the Magickal kitchen. The pumpkin spice witchy brew. And what we're gonna do, we will add some almond creamer. If you rather have the almond milk, this is great for you. The reason why we do this because we don't want any hormonal stuff, different things like that. Also, for those of you with the blood sugar level problems, the almond milk will be better for you. So what we do is the tea, we add some almond creamer to it. Okay. We stir it. Remember, because the brew already has honey, you don't really have to sweeten it up. And then we sprinkle it with cinnamon. Voila! I'm going to take without the plate. This is so wonderful. It's like still celebrating Halloween, whichever you want to call it. And you're celebrating with a drink that does taste like apple pie, cinnamon, spices, and all those wonderful things and fragrances you celebrate with in a holiday like today. So this is the third trick for today. Before you go in your journey with your children, getting all this tempting candy, if you are a person with a sweet tooth, that is, have your tea first. It's for feeling. It makes you feel like you are participating of this wonderful things, and you will, it will curb that crave for the sweets and stuff like that. Try it. It's really good. So remember, we added that to the brew. Also, if you want, you can add vanilla to it. That would be great too, because it tastes wonderful. If you buy the creamer, the almond creamer with vanilla in it already, then you don't really need to add the vanilla. But that's another thing. Okay. Anyway, continuing today, the one for today is this, the Presidio, which means the protection one. This is one of the first one that I made, and it's my personal one. As you see, it has an original look. As you see, it has an original look. It has a vegetarian or veggie leather over here piece. It has a tourmaline, which is one of the most powerful stones for protection. It has my sign here, eternity sign over here. Okay, and over here it has the pentagram, and it also has something special, a particular thing made for me. Over here, as you can see, it has the shape of my thumb, because I bind the one to me, and only my thumb can fit there for me to do the work. Today we use this at the Magickal kitchen, as you saw, and it's a really, really powerful one that I made. It's one of my favorites. Actually, it's my favorite of all of them. And I have better looking ones. No offense to the one, but I like this one in particular. This is made with oak as well, oak tree, and I was so proud when I finished it, because it's a wonderful, wonderful one. So that we can have the wonderful, nice, spicy tea today, I'm gonna make that little spell for you so that you will lose those cravings for the candy. Okay, no candy for today, only tea and pumpkin and spices and beautiful essence of the holiday. Okay, so there you go. When you go on your way, you will feel much better. I know I do. Now, I promised you that I was going to talk about when I became a witch, and so I'm going to do that right now. I know that some people believe that there's no such thing as a born witch. But what I'm going to explain to you now, see if it makes sense to you. When people say that, it's because to the rest of them that study magic, read books, and do research, it's hard to believe that someone doesn't need to know all of that because they're born witches. But that's not the way it goes. See, even if you are born witch, spellcaster, or someone magical, you still have to do research because you have to have a balance in your life, and there's a lot of tools out there that can help you and start you. It's like if you have wings but you really are not trained on how to fly, the same thing. Well, the reason why I believe with all my heart that I was a born witch is because ever since I was little, I always had not just the desire for nature and magic and all these wonderful things, but also as a little girl, I also had the power of healing. Every time someone in my family was sick, I will put my hand on it, will heal. I will heal bugs, animals. I heal a puppy that was limping when I was little, and I had that. But I also had like the psychic power. I knew what people were thinking, and I was also able to tell a person about their future, you know, the things that they were doing, things that were bothering them, etc. I helped a lot of people with their personal problems ever since I was like, I remember 4 years old or something like that. And I also had the power of transporting myself to places. I didn't know how to do that, it just happened. Also doing things in my room, like levitating my pet, not my pet, my stuffed animal. Now, when we think with magic, we think that, you know, levitating the tea, you know, going here, going there, doing magic like I always do, you know, running around in circles, and, you know, the stars in the sky from here to there, and the tea, and, you know, getting the teacup in my hand instead of picking it up myself. But the same way that the tea can go from my hand into the plate over there, this is special effects, of course, that I do to make things fun in the program. But magic is real. Magic is real. It's not the way we think, because what happens is that what magic does, it works with nature, and the energies that you feel, the things that happen around you, the healing, the power of healing, the power of changing things, is something that you have to strongly believe and practice. But when you are a born witch, you are born with all those feelings already. You don't have to have a book to tell you that you have it in you. You don't have to follow a book to know that it's within you. It's with you, and it's always, you know, inside you. So this is what happened with me. Now, when I became aware of what I was doing, then I started studying books and stuff like that to sort of like guide me through it, and that's how you become, you know, more a professional and, you know, experienced person. Now, like I say, I know some people, you know, that of being born in a way, but I strongly believe it, and as a personal, you know, testimonial, or how I want to call it, I will say that is true. So therefore, you know, it depends on how you take it, but magic is magic. Magic is powerful. It's within us, and we have to learn how to communicate with it. We have to learn how to use it in a way that it works for you, and that's how you learn little by little. As we go, we will learn a lot of things about that, not just about tea. Anyway, guys, I have a whole list for you for really wonderful teas that I wanted to share with you before I go over the cleansing and the preparation of one that I created recently, which is not this one. Okay, I'm gonna put it here for now. Now, types of tea. There you go, on the screen. The green tea. It has some caffeine, but it also helps with energy and energy boost, increases fertility, enhances immune system, and is great for detox. Black tea is high in caffeine, but if you like, you know, you buy it decaf or make it decaf. It's a morning tea, and it promotes strength and alertness. It repels negativity, which is great. I use it every day. Herbal tea is relaxing. It promotes tranquility and sleep. It reduces stress, and it helps with weight loss. What they call oolong tea, it boosts energy, increases brain function. It helps with focusing and meditation. And finally, the white tea. The white tea is low in caffeine and has lots of antioxidants. light flavor, and it stimulates liver function. I know that not everybody likes tea, but you know, if you try, you might learn that you love it. Now let's move on to the benefices. Benefices is that one that I created recently, I made, and it's a really powerful one. The reason why I don't have it today is because I made it for someone special. It was his birthday and he lost once, and he feels like he's, you know, has the psychic power, wanted the psychic power, and he loves wizards. So what we did is I made him the benefices, which is wizard one, which is exactly what it means in Latin. Benefices is wizard, and so I made this one, and I'm going to show you real quick. Let's put that on. Okay, here it is, and it's a beautiful wand. It's made with Palo Santo. Palo Santo is a very powerful and energetic tree that it's known to have a lot of energy and power. If you were to sit under it, you will feel the energy. When it was first discovered, I believe by some monks, and they discovered the power had a lot of power. The tree had a lot of power. In this one, I made a glass figure on it, and inside I inserted a labradorite, which is a very powerful stone for psyche and for protection, etc. I inserted as well other stones like lavender, moonstone, and one amethyst for additional power, divination, healing. It has organic beeswax hemp around it for maximum support and strength. And at the tip of it, it was tinted with dragon's blood resin for additional power. Wizards and dragons, they go together with the power as well. And so with this one, you can invoke your psychic powers. You can do healing. This one also open other realms. It detects spirits, whether they're evil or not, and it casts them out if it's used the right way. So wow, this one is really nice. And I am so sorry that I don't have it in my hands right now to show it to you, but it's really nice. I took this video to show you before the person took it. Now I'm going to make another one for myself because I have to add it to my collection, but I haven't done it because I haven't had the time. But if you guys are interested in any of my ones, please let me know. I have a whole collection of them. I can make you a replica of them, and you know, I'll design it. If you want additional things in it, we can also add it to. So what you do is you write to my email right here display, and you let me know what you want, your information, and we get in contact. I also want you to check my webpage at herbalical.wix.com/herbs, and check out all the work that we do in Herbalical Clinic with herbs and everything. You can also design your own infusion or perfume, and so there's a page that you can do that. It was really cool. I always say that. Make sure you check that out, and you can also call us on the number display there, and you know, make an appointment either for the Herbalical Clinic for any herb infusions, or if you want me to make a one for you, let me know, and we get in contact and we get all the information needed, and I make the wonderful one for you. Okay guys, so this is it for today. I hope you had a great time. I hope you have a wonderful tricks or treats today with your on the weekend. Make sure you have that tea. Make sure you check us out. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel. A lot of wonderful things are coming up, more recipes, more spells, a lot of great things that we hope that you enjoy. Okay, so don't forget that our tea time, if you have any ideas for tea times, also let me know, and we'll see each other very soon. Okay, in the meantime, have a wonderful magical weekend. Take care.